Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Market House. My name is Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And we are so excited to be with you again today.
We're back again.
We're back for another episode.
I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah,
I missed it.
I feel like it, but it's just another week.
It's the same day.
Yeah, same days, same time. But no, we've had a great week so far. Some weird weather for the area.
Yeah,
Today
really weird.
was cloudy and 70 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 days ago, right, it was like 99.
Yeah, and like a week ago it was almost 102.
Yeah,
Which is
so
weird.
This is weird. We're having some bizarre weather.
Yeah.
So today was a little, threw me off, but we're continuing to watch the Marvel movies.
Yes.
Slower going than the last couple of weeks, but we got through the Avengers, the first one, and so we're off to Iron Man 3.
Which I'm very excited for.
Yeah, so we're making progress. Again, maybe at the end we'll do a little recap and do a whole entire ranking of all the Marvel movies. There's so many. But yeah, it's going well so far. But we have a fantastic episode, I think, this week because, of course, we'll cover the latest news out of the Disneyland parks and all that good stuff. But we're going to be kind of recapping and summarizing what's going on with both the Star Wars Celebration, which is that 4-day convention down in Anaheim.
Yes.
And then kind of talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
Dude, it's out finally. It kind of caught me by surprise.
Yes.
I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. I didn't forget about it, but I forgot what date it was coming out. And so the fact that they just said, oh, by the way, we're releasing it a few hours early for you West Coast people, I was like, oh my God.
I'm so excited. Yes. So really quick update for everyone. Right after the news, there will be spoilers on the new Obi-Wan show.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit.
We'll let you know. We'll give you a little heads up again later in the episode, but just as a heads up.
Yeah, stick with us for now, and then if you haven't seen it, I'll give you a little hand wave and say, get off now before you hear all about Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's dive into that news. All right, first up, we have some news over in Disneyland. Radiator Springs Racers, which is actually in DCA. I just realized that after talking about it. Over in Disney's California Adventure, I guess. May 24th, it looks like people saw smoke coming up from the ride.
Yeah.
And
which is really scary.
Kind of scary. And so they shut it down. Again, Disney has not confirmed exactly what happened, but where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming there was a little fire going on. We don't know if it's electrical, if heat, who knows?
Yeah, based on, again, there was a picture floating around of one of the ride vehicles, and it looks like it was smoking from the back half of the car. Again, no one was hurt. There was no actual fire, like flames. We didn't see anything. We just saw black smoke. So,
yeah, it's been closed since, though. So we're recording on Saturday, May 28th. So it's been closed for a few days.
Which is kind of, I hope it's open when we go.
I know. We're going in a little over a week. So
yes, but they are testing it right now.
Yeah, they're testing it. They're going at like 5 miles an hour around the track right now. So they haven't released a date as to when they think it's going to open, but right now it's closed for the foreseeable future until they can fix this so you don't catch on fire.
Next up, we have some developments over at Blue Bayou. For those who don't know, this Blue Bayou is currently closed for refurbishment. However, the construction walls just dropped, which is super exciting. And just today, we saw that Blue Bayou has a new sign outside.
Very fancy.
It reminds me of the Club 33 sign. It has like the bees, for obviously Blue Bayou, are like this really pretty cursive, very Club 33-esque.
Yeah.
Again, we have no date of when this is reopening, but hopefully soon. I'm assuming it's going to be around the general time of Pirates opening.
Which is July
1st, as of now. But yeah, I'm hoping it opens soon because I love that area. And
yeah, if it closed before, there were some rumors that it was going to open in the next couple of weeks. That would be surprising to me only because if Pirates isn't done, I'm assuming they'd have walls around it still.
Right.
So that doesn't make much sense.
Yeah. So hopefully soon, but very exciting. If you haven't already, just go check out that new sign. It's really neat.
All right. Next up, we kind of summarized some merchandise news. So quite a bit of merchandise has been released in recent weeks. And so we're going to go down the list and tell you what it's all about.
Yeah.
First up, we've got the 45th anniversary Space Mountain pin. And that was released and looks pretty awesome. You have a picture pulled up here. Mickey's on the front. And looks very Space Mountain-y.
Again, it's just the classic Space Mountain in the background with Mickey in front, but it looks really retro and looks really neat.
What do you know the price? Probably $20?
I'm assuming it's $19.99.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of special edition. In recent months has been $20.
Yes.
So expect to pay $19.99 for that cool new pin. Next up, you've got some Obi-Wan Kenobi merch. Shirts and pins were released, and one's coming soon. This is the one I'm most excited about. The Lola robot.
Yes.
Not much of a spoiler. I guess the only spoiler is that there's a little robot named Lola. But actually, it's kind of funny. The actual droid name is LO-LA59, but she calls him Lola. But no, it looks like pre-orders open up for these toys on June 1st, and there's a few options. So first up is a full-on animatronic edition. This thing's $90. Has, let's hear, touch the sensor on Lola's head to activate more than 45 different light, sound, and movement combinations through 3 modes of play. Unlock companion mode by attaching Lola's legs. Hover mode by attaching her stand, or on-the-go mode by removing her from either base. She even responds to background noises with a series of lights, sounds, and movements. So this thing's like totally interactive.
Yeah, I kind of want one.
I know, I want one too. So we may be pre-ordering, June? Is that what it said?
Yeah, June 1st. They're available for pre-orders, which again, I'm assuming they're going to sell out quickly.
Pretty quick, yeah.
So
next up, there's a interactive electronic figure. That's the actual name of it. It's $38.99. This thing, I think, let's see here. Press a button on the head to activate droid sounds and lights in her eye and mouth. Plus, pose the panels on her head, open and close her mouth until. So this one's a little more manual. Doesn't move around, I don't think, but kind of lights up and makes noises. And then finally, there's the cheapest option, which is a $16.99, and it's just two little action figures. I don't think there's any lights or anything involved. So kind of 3 different price points. Cool. So if you've got little kids and you want to get them a little droid, you can spend as little as $17 and as much as $90. But that is the Obi-Wan Kenobi merch. Lastly, we've got a Star Wars 35th anniversary.
Yeah.
Which I cannot believe it's been that long.
Okay, so oddly enough, I feel like it's been longer. I don't know why.
Okay.
But I feel like Star Tours has been around since the beginning
Since
of the park.
80s, yeah.
I felt like, I don't know why, but when I think of the park opening, I think of it being shortly after this ride was established.
Sure.
But yeah, we have some new exciting merch. There's a new Star Tours t-shirt, $39.99.
It looks awesome because it looks like the old cast member uniforms.
It looks great. And then again, we have a tumbler. It's kind of like a stainless steel, classic one that Disney does.
Yeah, with
the Turbis.
No, I know, but what's the character's name? Rex.
Rex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for those who don't know, again, it's that little robot inside the ride when you're on. She pops out as you're on the actual ship.
The ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. He or she was is it a girl?
I don't know.
I don't know. He or she, whatever, was the pilot. And so, it wasn't supposed to be the pilot, right? Remember, it starts going and it's like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So, Rex is now a DJ over at Oga's Cantina.
Which I'm so excited.
Yeah.
We get to do that our next trip.
Yeah, we're doing that next week or 2 weeks from now.
But yeah, the tumbler looks great. Again, it just says the Star Tours 35th anniversary, welcome aboard Disney, and then has the robot on the back. So just, again, really nice animation, really cool colors, and again, Turvis, so keeps your drinks cold. And
yeah, probably a little pricey, but there's a reason why.
$39.99.
Oh, that's not too bad.
However, there is a pin that I definitely want to pick up as quickly as we can. It's, again, limited edition. And it looks so retro. It has the Star Tours logo on it, the ship that you're on. It has C-3PO in it.
Orange and blue colors.
Oh,
very cool.
It is one of the coolest pins I've ever seen, Star Wars wise. So definitely head over and pick that up. It's so cool looking.
Yeah, very cool. Going to be worth every dollar, whatever that ends up being. I will pay it.
Yeah.
But that actually brings us to the end of our news. Next up, we're going to dive into that Obi-Wan and Star Wars celebration.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, so this brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is our general discussion on Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, and what we think so far.
Yeah.
And also just kind of what's happening over at Star Wars Celebration. So this is a multi-day convention type thing, and we didn't attend, but we've been keeping up at home with YouTube videos, with write-ups, and so there's a ton of information coming out of this convention, so we kind of wanted to summarize it for you and kind of give you the bullet points so you know and can keep up with all the Star Wars happenings.
Yeah, because there's been a lot.
Tons.
quite a bit of information and exciting information. Like stuff's
I'm
coming
pumped.
out, like new shows, new characters, new this, new that. So it's
23 is going to be like an insane year for
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
So hold on tight because
Yeah,
we're going to dive
seriously.
right in.
So yeah, just a heads up. Right now, there's going to be a little spoiler warning. We're going to lead off this segment by talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, and our thoughts on the first 2 episodes. If you don't want to hear that, maybe skip ahead 5-6 minutes, and you can catch the Star Wars Celebration summary. But again, spoiler warning, if you haven't seen it, skip ahead 5 minutes, and we'll catch you in a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Other than that, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So let's kind of go over the general kind of just groundwork of what the show is. Disney released the 2 episodes on May 26th, and it was actually a little surprise because it was supposed to release on at midnight Pacific time. But Disney threw us a bone and released it at 9 p.m.
Right, because didn't you get like a notification on your phone or something?
Twitter. People were like, something like, thanks Disney, you just made my week or something.
And you're
then
like, Caleb was like, oh my gosh, turn it on.
Basically just said, stop whatever you're doing, whatever we were doing. I said, let's get over the couch because we're watching this freaking show. So that was a welcome surprise because I was so excited for this show. Reminds me of my childhood with the prequels and dragging my grandma to take me to go see Revenge of the Sith. But
That's such a cute memory.
yeah, my parents were out of town on a cruise, and so when it came out, our grandparents were in town. And my brother ruined it for me. We couldn't go opening day because he got sick. And so we went, I think, a few days later. But yeah, he's a real dumb little kid. But no, series is going to have 6 episodes. So they've released the first 2 episodes already. We've got another 4 weeks of releases. Ewan McGregor had to relearn his accent. That's a fun little factoid I pulled from the interwebs.
Yeah.
But yeah, he kind of forgot how to talk like Obi-Wan. It's been, dude, Revenge of the Sith came out 2003.
Wow.
So it's been a long time.
It's almost 20 years.
Yeah, almost 20 years since he's played Obi-Wan. So we kind of had to learn how to talk like him again.
And can we just talk about, he looks the exact same,
Dude
just
has
with
not
facial hair?
aged a day.
No.
Yeah, he's
Looks
drinking from the
great.
fountain of youth.
Yeah.
Hollywood's treated him well.
Yeah, I know. He looks great.
I
And
know.
he seems like such a sweet guy.
He's a chill dude.
From all the interviews that we've seen.
Yeah,
And he just seems
seems
fun.
like a normal, fun
Like down to
guy.
earth, yeah.
So big Ewan McGregor fans over here. And another thing that I was a little surprised about the show was I was expecting to see Jon Favreau's names in the credits, right? At the end of the show. I was like, oh, he's definitely an executive producer or whatever. I don't think he's involved in this show,
I don't think so. However, I do think it's because he was doing Mandalorian.
which makes sense. They're
'Cause-
probably filming at the same time.
If Mandalorian, again, Mandalorian, I'm assuming was pushed because of COVID, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Right.
We are gonna
So
talk about
I
Mandalorian later.
think if that wasn't pushed, I believe he would have been working on this.
Maybe. Because he's
but-
been involved in so many Marvel projects, Star Wars projects. Like he's usually, his hands are in something.
Yes.
But
As of now, I don't think at
No.
least what we've read, I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen Jon Favreau involved. So yeah, a non-Jon Favreau Marvel slash Star Wars project is a little surprising, but it's so far pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are your thoughts so far? Let's just talk about our thoughts so far on the show.
Well,
We've watched the first 2.
we've watched the first 2. Let me just rewind by saying I am slightly a Star Wars fan. I love certain elements and specific movies. I would nowhere near say that I know everything. I'm not like the full-on Star Wars nerd, but the movie with Anakin and Obi-Wan is my favorite movie from like the older movies.
The olden movies.
The olden movies.
So you're talking about the prequels.
Yes. So out of all the prequels, that one's my favorite.
Well, they're both in it. They're not all of them.
No, sorry, that
first and
specific
sixth.
movie.
So the third one. Got it. Revenge of the Sith.
See, I don't even know the name of it.
That's okay.
I
Natalie
just-
Portman.
Yes, that's my favorite
Yeah.
one. And then again, if you've been here for a long time, you know that the one with Kylo Ren and Rey, all of
Lord.
those are my favorite
The
now.
sequels.
But the prequels, that one was my favorite. So again, when we first saw that this show was starting up, I'm like, oh my gosh, if they bring Anakin back,
Yeah.
or yeah,
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen, I'm gonna die. And then
They pulled it off.
they pulled it off. And
So yeah, I'm gonna pause you there and just mention this is a good time to pause and like talk about this guy's life. So he comes out. I don't think he was a huge actor before he got the role of Anakin. Maybe a couple minor roles, and he gets this big break right with Star Wars. I mean, that's the biggest break you can ever get in your career, second to a couple of other things, right? Game of Thrones maybe, but Star Wars, right? Landing that's gonna change your career, right? Change your life. Unfortunately for Hayden,
Yeah.
It had the opposite effect because Star Wars fans are mean individuals, and they ripped on this poor guy
Back then.
then. So when episode 2 and episode 3 came out, they like tore him to pieces because they didn't like Anakin, the character in general.
Yeah.
Because they had problems with whatever, right?
Which is so funny to me because when I look back at when I watched that when I was younger, I thought he was the best.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I just,
Again, we were
oh
what?
my gosh.
Yeah, we were young, very young, less than 10. And we grew up with these movies. So, of course, as kids, you're not sitting there like assessing his acting chops or whatever. And you look back and you go, yeah, whatever. It might have been not the best. But again, the blame rests in, I think most people have a problem with the story and the dialogue. That's George Lucas. He wrote this stuff.
Right.
So, unfortunately, Anakin or Hayden Christensen got the short end of the stick, totally got blasted back in the day, pretty much made him quit acting. He went and disappeared off in some random city.
Sad.
And so the fact that he's back and was willing to come back and reprise his role as Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker is a huge testament to just how cool of a dude he is. And he did not have to do this. And now people love him. So we'll get to his what happened at Star Wars Celebration later. But people love Hayden. And I'm part of that fan group now.
Me too.
Because again, now we're old enough to actually share our opinions on it.
Yeah.
And go, no, Hayden's awesome. We grew up with Anakin Skywalker. We grew up with his portrayal and his whatever. And it's been great.
Yeah.
He deserves the love.
And again, when going back to when we first saw the trailer, that moment when you can hear Darth Vader, you're like, oh gosh, that's going to be Hayden Christensen.
I know.
And if, sure enough. But
so sick how they got him.
Yeah, I'll just do a quick recap just on what I thought.
Yeah.
The first episode I thought was amazing. I love seeing all like who's playing who, like all the character development, like the little girl that's playing Leia is adorable.
Witty little thing, huh?
Yeah, and it's cool seeing a couple of the actors that were in the original prequels coming back for this.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. I have no idea what their names are, but like Leia's parents in the
Organa, Senator Organa.
Yes, and his wife.
Yep. So they came back, and then
the dad of Luke in the show,
Owen, and I can't remember his name, the actor's name. He's huge.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Okay. So yeah, I like number one. And then also the bad guy or one of the bad guys, was he the Hot Chili Peppers guy?
Oh my gosh,
that was so random.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up because I would have forgot. It's Joel Edgerton, by the way, that plays Owen Lars.
Yes, so
Edgerton, not entirely sure. So he's back playing, Luke's pretty much adopted father.
Yes.
Which is awesome to see him back there again. He's a big deal because he's in a million projects now. To get him back for a show, big deal. But no,
the guy that kidnaps
okay.
Leia.
Yes. So again, spoilers. I'm so sorry if you haven't seen this. But we warned you, so don't blame us. But poor little Leia gets kidnapped by some
episode.
Yeah, some mean individuals.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy pops up, right? Creepy, weird spacefaring man. And I'm like looking at his face. I'm like, I recognize this guy. It's Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Well, how random.
Okay, do you know what just popped in my head though as you were saying that?
Yeah.
You know what did perfect for that role?
Who?
Because again, this character is helping the bad people who are in turn working with Darth Vader, right? They're like some group.
It's the Inquisitors.
Inquisitors.
You
know what would have been perfect for his role was the guy in Guardians with like the arrow. He like whistles.
Yeah.
He would have been so good.
He's good
for that.
Oh gosh,
I
name?
forgot.
Wow, something Anu.
Yeah.
Crud.
But
I
him.
can't think of it. Yeah.
But yeah. So loved that one. Yeah. So in Guardians. And then the second episode I thought was way better than the first. But specifically the moment, and again, we said spoilers, so here we go. But the moment where Obi-Wan it's towards the end where he's trying to get away with Leia.
Yeah.
And
the Inquisitors are chasing him.
He's trying to get away from the lead girl who's like the bad guy. I'm totally forgetting her name.
They haven't really made it.
But she's
her
like
third sister or something.
Third sister. She has a name though. I forgot what it was, but she's like
it's
totally scary.
First name's third, last name's sister.
Yeah. But that moment where she's basically telling Obi-Wan like, "Oh, you didn't know? Like he's still alive," about Anakin.
Oh,
and that moment where Obi-Wan's like, "Oh my god,"
realizing it.
Yeah, that terror in his eyes, and then just at the end again where Obi-Wan gets on the ship with Leia and he's like, Anakin. And it goes, you hear can you do the Darth Vader
The-
sound? And then freaking Anakin like shows up in like a water bowl thing. It was just, my mind just blew. And for all you Star Wars people are like, oh my gosh, this girl's weird. I'm like, this is how I can explain, because I got so excited.
It was awesome.
It was so good.
It was a great way to end an episode. But leading up to that, I thought you were going to mention this part where, you know, they're trying to establish in both first and second episodes, hey, Obi-Wan, now Ben, right? Everyone's referring to him as Ben.
Yeah.
He's been away. He's been hiding. He doesn't practice the Jedi ways anymore because they're being hunted. We lost, right? He talks about how we lost the fight. We lost the battle.
And he's just really upset with what happened and coming to terms with what happened with Anakin.
Yeah, like my training went wrong. I failed him.
And he thinks he's dead.
Yeah.
So
he, you know, they're you know, hitting us in the head with this, right? He doesn't know what to do anymore. He's looking at his lightsaber like it's a foreign object, doesn't even know how to use it. And, you know, he can't use the Force anymore. But then when Leia drops from the roof and she's like holding on, and he has to just like, I got to figure it out. And so he lays there and just like musters up the small force he has and saves her, essentially. That was awesome to see. And then Kumail Nanjiani, is that his name? The actor?
yes.
Yeah, he's like a fake
He's in
Jedi.
it too.
That was cool
That was
because we are still going through. I loved Silicon Valley, the show on
Yes.
HBO, which he got his big break on. And Caitlin was like, "Is this Dinesh from
I could tell
Silicon
by his
Valley?"
voice. Yeah.
So that was so cool seeing him in a. I know he was in Eternals. We still haven't seen that movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it's weird seeing him in a like
More serious role.
Yeah, this was a little comedic, right? There's a lot of he provided some comedic relief, but yeah, weird to see him not in a just 100% comedy role.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gotten jacked since. He's actually yoked now.
Yeah.
So kind of cool to see him play a different role. But yeah, so far I am loving like Mandalorian. Fantastic, right? Hard to keep up with that kind of show. Book of Boba Fett. Weren't as big of fans. We stopped after a few episodes.
Yeah.
We still need to go back and watch it. This one is like totally Mandalorian level.
And you can tell that Disney definitely put the budget up for this one.
Yeah.
This one, it looks like a movie.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing.
The sets are awesome. Special effects are pretty good.
Yes.
I'd say 80% of the quality of a movie.
And I just wanted to mention really quick, the lead Inquisitor, that guy.
He's cool.
He is so scary looking.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but
It has like it's almost like his head is painted white and he has like that black,
weird.
like, I don't know if they're not like arrows or anything, but some side of art on top of his head. And then his eyes.
Yeah.
And then his partner, his voice is so
His
scary.
voice is all deep and cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the whole like weird thing where we found out that they were Jedis.
Yeah, former Jedi. So apparently
Yeah.
Inquisitors are like, some of them are former Jedis and they trained in that way. And then, you know, Order 66 happened. All the Jedis pretty much died.
Yeah.
And so they turned and said, okay, I'm on the bad side now. Don't kill me. And then now they're hunting Jedis. So that was a cool little thing they threw in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, for people that are giant Star Wars fans, you probably already know this. You read the books, what have you. But
Not so.
as a child, I was
Yeah.
a diehard fan. Now I'm more of a casual Star Wars fan. But so far, loving the series. Acting's fantastic. Special effects are amazing. The sound effects are amazing. Like that, like when we have our sound system going, it rattles walls.
Yeah.
Sounds like a movie.
I like the intros of like the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Like how it's like sand.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like that merch that came out, like all the posters that released, that merch
eye.
reflects the poster.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, it
It's
looks
really
so
cool.
good.
So far, very happy, loving every minute of the show. Cannot wait for the next 4 episodes and kind of see what happens with Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Well, yeah, because you know there's going to be a battle and I just can't wait. I just need to fast forward.
I know.
It makes me feel like a kid. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for Anakin to put on his suit.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't even call him Anakin anymore.
Darth Vader.
I'm going to call him Anakin.
Yeah.
Annie. Oh,
Yeah.
I miss Padme.
And
I wish she'd come back.
Qui-Gon. Oh, hold on. I got to mention this really quick before we move on to Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
But they were, Liam Neeson was interviewed about kind of like this renaissance of the prequels, right? So Obi-Wan's coming out. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's amazing. Would you come back for a show? And he said, I won't come back for a show, but I would come back for a movie. So like
I love Liam.
Yeah. Liam Neeson. He, straight up said, hey, if you want to bring me back as Qui-Gon in a show, or I'm sorry, in a movie, he said he's like a little whatever. He said he won't do a show because he's above that, maybe. I don't know. But he did say if they want to do a prequel movie or something,
That'd be amazing.
give Qui-Gon like a Qui-Gon origin story. I mean, he's a little older now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 70, I think.
Just like throw him in a movie somewhere.
Yeah.
Make it like, and then don't say anything. Like make it a surprise.
Yeah. You see the green lightsaber pop up?
Oh
I'd
my
freak.
gosh.
I always had the green lightsaber growing up. I was Qui-Gon.
Really?
Yeah. And
always
Darth Maul ruined it.
I love Darth Maul.
Yeah.
And Kylo Ren.
Okay, enough with the sequel
Do you want
talk.
to talk about Kylo or no?
No, I'm good. Let's go ahead and move on. Adam Driver, we love you, but we're talking prequels, not sequels today. Star Wars Celebration. So, hey, welcome back, people who skipped out on the Obi-Wan Kenobi talk. I get it.
Yeah, no more spoilers. We're good.
Spoiler-free from now on. Let's talk Star Wars Celebration. So, again, we have not attending this year, but we have caught up watching all the YouTube footage, all the summaries. Yeah. There's so much stuff going on, and I'm like totally dying. I wish we went.
Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't.
There's, again, so many videos. Like Magic Journeys was there. Paul's Theme Park Adventures was there. Everyone was there. And they all got pretty good footage of it.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go down the list of kind of what's going on and what news has been announced so far and kind of what happened at the event. Notable stuff that happened. So taking place down in Anaheim right now. So we're recording on Saturday, May 28th. It doesn't end until tomorrow, the 29th. Started on Thursday, May 26th, so it's like, 4 days of all just Disney goodness, Star Wars, and let's recap some of these announcements.
Yeah, because there's been quite a few.
So Andor, this was already announced, but we just learned that it's premiering on August 31st. The teaser trailer was also released, which we watched. Looks pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. This stars Diego Luna and is a prequel to Rogue One.
Which was not my favorite.
I loved Rogue One. This is where we disagree. I loved that movie. The actors all in it were fantastic, and I love that it was a standalone, dark, gritty war movie. It was awesome.
You know what show was awesome? The Mandalorian. And they also announced that season 3 is coming out.
Nice segue.
And I cannot wait.
Yeah, season 3 coming February 2023. So this is definitely delayed.
Again, I think my thoughts are they're delaying it only because they didn't want too much Star Wars thrown in everyone's face with Obi-Wan right now and just all the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, so I think you're right. So they've got Obi-Wan Kenobi out right now. You've got Andor coming out in August. Yeah. And usually Mandalorian would come out in, I think, September, October timeframe. Mm-hmm. That's way too soon. That would be and especially when this is definitely the highest budget show they have.
Oh, Obi-Wan.
Most eggs in the basket. So this is their big bet on Disney Plus. And so, you know, it was the most watched show like for the last 2 years?
Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think Obi-Wan's going to bring so many people back on to Disney Plus.
Yeah, so they want to kind of leave it there.
And then be like, hey, by the way, soon it's going to be Mandalorian.
That makes sense. So very excited. They actually showed a sneak peek. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau were at Star Wars Celebration, and they showed a fight scene at the convention just to kind of hype people up. No official trailers out yet, but we're getting some footage from the show, which I cannot wait.
Oh, I can't wait. Grogu.
Grogu's back, man. Let's go. Star Wars Skeleton Crew is in pre-production. This show will be about kids, but not strictly a kid's show. So don't skip out on this because I think it's for the adults too.
Yeah, Jude Law's going to be starring in it.
Yeah, love Jude Law.
And, you know, it's going to be another original release to Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, man. So, if you are not subscribed to Disney Plus,
get on it.
Get on it. It's like $8 a month, folks.
And there's just, again, for all you Disney freaks like us, all the classics are on there. The new originals are on there. All the Star Wars stuff's on there. Like, it's
worth every penny.
Caleb
like
we're
Simpsons. I love the Simpsons.
All on it.
Oh yeah, all the Fox stuff's on Disney Plus now, and it is true. Like we're going back and watching. So yeah, let's rewind to pre-Disney Plus days. Do you remember going to Best Buy and buying? So like, okay, Netflix was out already. HBO Max was already out. All these streaming, Hulu.
Yeah.
But any Disney property was really not available for streaming. Maybe a few random things on Netflix.
No, we'd wait for it to buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, so I'd go to the store, spend $20, $30 on a movie, and I remember when they announced Disney Plus for a year, poor thing, you'd be like, can we get this movie? And I'm like, no, if you wait 9 more months, we can get it for free on Disney Plus.
Which again, it makes total sense, but you think how much you were spending on the Blu-ray, because Blu-rays were more expensive back then, and then you're paying, because we obviously are seeing all the Disney movies in theaters, so you're paying that. But it's so convenient.
Love
and
Disney
there
Plus.
is so many Like, there's just so much content on there.
I know.
There's animation content. There's behind the scenes content. There's the Disney weddings. There's the park stuff.
Yeah.
There's the shorts. Like, everything imaginable. It's all
Yeah,
on
for
there.
a Disney fan,
It's amazing.
I think we're preaching to the choir on this one. But if you're not already, subscribe to Disney Plus. It's worth every penny, and they spend per dollar. You're getting like $5 billion worth of content, so it's pretty insane. They're spending $30 billion a year.
This is not sponsored in any way.
Yeah,
No, I wish
I
it
know.
was.
Seriously, I wish we're not getting
Disney?
paid. Trust me, by Disney or anybody.
Okay, Disney. And just in case, I mean, we are here.
But if you want to make
No.
it a sponsored, let me know.
If not, we'll just continue to talk about it.
yeah, seriously. For freezies. Next up, we've got Star Wars Skeleton Crew. This is, nope, I'm lying. We just talked about this.
Yes.
Next up is Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation. This is a special being released on Disney Plus. Again, Disney Plus, folks, get on it. August 5th, it's going to be released. And this is Rose, Rey, Finn, Poe, and Chewbacca taking a vacation after defeating Emperor Palpatine.
This actually sounds super cute.
Yeah, so the kids are going to love this.
Is it animated?
Animated, and I think it's just a one-off special. It's
Okay.
like a movie.
Perfect.
Like an hour movie that usually would be released on Disney Channel, now on Disney Plus.
Perfect.
How about you talk about this
Okay,
next one?
I'm so excited for this news. There was a special surprise that was released at this event.
Yeah.
We are getting Indiana Jones number 5.
Yes.
And first of all, I cannot believe this is the 5th one.
I know. Well, 4th doesn't count, so let's just skip over that.
Oh, it's
Kingdom of the Crystal
There's
Skull.
like Shia LaBeouf in it. Of course, it counts.
Shia LaBeouf.
It's a little different, but it was good. But yes, number 5 is coming out, and I believe this is going to be the last one with Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Guys get old.
Yes. As we all know, John Williams has done all of this, all the soundtracks for these movies, and they're absolutely amazing. He's going to continue to conduct the performance on the theme song, and
Yeah, well, he did it at the thing.
yes,
At Star Wars Celebration.
And
He did Star Wars. He did Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing to see him do something live. To think that all those Jaws, E.T., Harry Potter, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, I can go down for days and days and days
Yeah.
of what this guy has done for the film industry and just
Mm-hmm.
our childhoods growing up. And to see him conduct a live orchestra and play this was, first of all, amazing. I can't imagine what it was like being in person.
yeah.
But all that came out of this one guy's brain, which is unreal.
Yeah, and I mean, again, just to think though, number 1, we didn't know this was coming, this movie, and
Yeah.
then number 2, that he's performing it on stage in front of everybody.
Very
this
cool.
theme song,
And
and
then-
then number 3, as he performed and finished the theme song for Indy,
Harrison Ford.
walks out.
Yep.
Looking amazing.
Yep.
And basically came out to say hello to everyone and announce that Indiana Jones number 5, it's not going to be called Indiana Jones number 5, but the 5th movie will be coming and released out in theaters, I'm assuming, because they're not going to do Disney Plus.
No, theaters.
June 30th, 2023.
Yeah,
Which
so we
I'm
got a while.
So bummed.
Over
I
a
was
year.
hoping it was going to be next month, but
But
that
he
makes
said,
sense.
he said on stage they're almost done filming, so they're still doing principal filming, and I'm sure they'll come back for reshoots. So this is a long process. Movie
Yeah.
making is a long, long time.
But he said he's very proud of this one. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. And
He's
again,
getting old. I saw a cool Twitter thing, a cool idea. Someone, I wish I can give them credit. I forgot what their name was on Twitter.
Yeah.
But they said, this is what they should do in number 5. There should be some kind of reverse, like, youth serum he drinks, right? So Indiana Jones comes across, / Harrison Ford, in the movie comes across like a youth serum. He drinks it, poof, he becomes young again. And there you go. You've got another 4 or 5 Indiana Jones movies with this new actor, but he's still Indiana Jones. That's how you carry on the legacy, I think.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I mean, honestly, though, how is anyone going to replace him?
That's a good point.
I mean, I'm sure down the line
They
they're going to
tried
get someone
well,
else.
look, they tried doing it with Harrison Ford. It didn't go well with Solo. No one saw
Oh,
it.
that's right.
No one saw it.
Well, again, when you think of him, like when you think of Indy, you think, boom, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Like, I
And the
could
whip
never see
and
it.
the
Even
hat.
even some of my favorite actors, I could never see anybody taking his spot because
It'd
it's
be hard.
such a classic.
Mhm.
And again, he's just, we love him as that.
Yeah.
That he's Indy. But I did want to mention that he made a joke about John Williams doing the theme song and how just popular it is. And
he people like the theme song
follows him everywhere.
him.
And he said when he was getting a colonoscopy,
Yeah,
he
they said
heard it.
They
on
played
the,
it. Yeah.
on the stereo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so excited for this next one. We're big Indy fans, especially with the ride.
Yep.
So can't wait to see it. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Good stuff. So Indiana Jones coming next year, 2023. Next up, we've got some non-Star Wars news, but Willow a new fantasy series starring Warwick Davis released a trailer, and that's coming to Disney Plus. I don't know when, but Warwick Davis played quite a few characters that you would know and love. Professor Flitwick in Harry Potter, and some other iconic roles. So yeah, he's coming out with his own show on Disney Plus, which is going to be awesome.
Sweet.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor is the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, which is a very popular video game. So they released the trailer for this.
Oh, wow.
Everyone's excited. So I actually bought this game, played it for a few hours, and haven't picked it up. So I need to really go through this. Star Wars fans love this game. I love it.
Oh, that's the one that you were playing.
I was.
You got for Christmas like 3 years or something?
No, that wasn't it. That was Star Wars
one.
Battlefront.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no, this is a different one I picked up for like $20 at Target because it was out forever, and people love it. Cal Kestis is the lead character, and so the sequel was released. The trailer was released and is going to come out on all next-gen consoles. So
Okay.
PS4 and Xbox One users, sorry, you have to go upgrade.
Right.
But yeah, let's go on to. Actually, no, I'm going to skip this section and we'll come back to it. Okay, we'll end with our thoughts on the happenings of Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor at the show. But to kind of finish off the Star Wars talk, Kathleen Kennedy, who kind of heads up the Star Wars program, I guess is what you want to say.
Yeah.
All the Star Wars movies, she heads up kind of the creative development of it and when they're released and blah, blah, blah. So she kind of talked about the future of Star Wars and what that looks like. Sounds like they're working on a Lando series with Donald Glover, which is going to be awesome. He is busy. She kind of said, we're trying to work on it. He's a busy guy. It's hard to kind of nail his
Schedule
calendar down. Yeah. So we're going to try and get something developed soon. Taika Waititi is also going to be directing a Star Wars movie, which I cannot wait.
Oh, he's directing it. I thought he was going to be in one.
He might be in. He always stars in his movies, but I'm sure he'll play some kind of character in it. But no, he's going to be directing it, and it sounds like they're pushing it up. So it sounds like it was supposed to be 24 or 25, and it's going to be pushed up a year because they kind of can't wait to get started.
I love him.
He's so good.
Especially as Kolg in Thor.
Yeah, if you don't know him, he does all the Thor movies. He directs all those. He actually is, if I could talk, he produced a show that I'm watching right now on HBO, Our Flag Means Death. It's pretty funny.
It looks a little weird.
It's funny if you had a sense of humor.
No.
I'm just kidding. It's a little dumb, but it's a good stuff. So he's in it. He plays Blackbeard. He was good.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Taika is going to come and do some Star Wars magic because the magic he's done with Thor and Marvel, he needs to totally get involved with Star Wars. And then finally, she mentioned, this is kind of big news. She mentioned that the projects going forward, they're going to focus on new stories. Oh. So they're going to move away from existing characters. So no more prequel stuff, no more sequel stuff, more origin story, like more original stuff.
Wait, so does that mean that this is it for Mandalorian?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying any new project that gets created.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be like, I think they're moving away from, like, for example, they probably would have done like what I said earlier, the Qui-Gon origin story, and they cast a young Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
She's like, they kind of used Solo as an example. It didn't do very well. People didn't like seeing a non-Harrison Ford Han Solo, and they were like, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to work with existing people. So she said, we're going to expand the universe and explore new characters.
Or they can just do a show on Kylo Ren.
Oh, my Lord.
And Rey.
No. They've done it. It's done. So, yeah, that was some big news. So, Kathleen Kennedy, not a lot of love from the Star Wars community. She, I'm not going to lie. I'm not super critical of stuff, but, like, the sequels were not handled very well with, like, using different directors and not having one, like, consistent story.
Yeah.
Again, hey, I'm not a movie producer. I can imagine how hard that is. So I'm not putting blame on anybody. But yeah, I think people were a little upset how it was kind of bungled there at the end.
Well, hey, it sounds like she's making up for it, though, with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Trust me, the lady has like an impressive resume. She's worked on some classic films with Steven Spielberg. She worked with him exclusively for years.
Wow.
So like she's very accomplished and a very competent person.
Yeah.
So no doubt that she can do whatever. I'm sure she was working with the confines of Disney. She has to follow marching orders. So not blaming anybody, but I think she's going to focus and maybe please some of the Star Wars fans there.
Nice. This is exciting.
All right. So finally, we're wrapping this thing up. We promise. But we're going to end it with how Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen made an appearance at Star Wars Celebration.
I would have died.
Oh, I would have
literally
cried.
melted to the floor.
Yep.
Like Darth Vader on the side of the...
Vader! Notice me. Yeah. It was cool, man. It was cool to see them both on stage. Of course, Ewan McGregor open it up by saying, "Hello there."
I just loved it.
So cool, man.
And again, seeing them together, it's just a good like feeling. Like again, it's just childhood memory, just getting them together, and they're so you could tell like Hayden Christian, like the biggest smile on his face.
He's like soaking it up.
He just loves it, and I'm just so excited for them because everyone is just freaking out about this.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
It's
so a big deal, man.
And it's been so good so far. I know there's only been 2 episodes, but just for them to have an outpouring of just love on them right now, like it's so good.
Yep, and I'm glad it's these 2 dudes. Like they seem actually down to earth, cool. You know, some people, you know, they maybe act like it's deserved or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd be like that too if I was given a lot of money and a celebrity. But I mean, to see 2 people that are super humble and just go like, yeah, man, we're here to just have fun.
It's
and
great.
We love the characters. So cool to see him do it. But before Kathleen focuses on like all original stuff, can we please get a Darth Vader show? What if we got like it all centers around him next?
Yeah, but like, what do you mean?
Like in between, like maybe it fills in.
Oh, no. What if it was like his side of the story? Like, now it's Obi-Wan.
Like right when he gets picked up by Emperor Palpatine, right?
Yeah, like he wants to know, where are my kids?
Yes.
Like, did they survive? Did she survive? Because he didn't know, right?
So yeah, right at Revenge of the Sith, he does the no. It's when it's really cheesy, but Emperor Palpatine goes, yes, she died in childbirth.
Oh, that's right.
And he goes,
no. It's like the Zurg.
So bad. Yes, it was Zurg. It ends, but we don't really see him after that.
Yeah, the kids.
It would be cool if we can like see the time in between now and leads up to Obi-Wan and him clashing in this show.
Hey,
Come
Disney.
on.
Hey.
That one's free, Disney. If you want more, you got to come pay. So, yeah.
If not, we'll still talk about it.
That was a freebie, bro. These ideas come to this noggin.
That's a great idea, because then it could follow suit with, okay, what is he feeling right now?
Yes.
The anger when he finds out he has the kids, he wants them back. Like just that whole conflicting era. Maybe he doesn't want them back.
No,
maybe he's just focusing on Obi-Wan.
Totally on the dark side.
Oh, that's so good.
Let's do it. And the conflicts, right?
That's so good.
I know. I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to call Kathleen right now and go, let's get some lunch, Kathy.
She's like, it's already made. Sorry.
Yeah. Already in development, you moron. So yeah, really cool to see them reunited on stage and, just absorbing all the love the fandom has for them, and really excited to see what comes next.
Yeah,
with
I'm
these
excited.
Guys. So yeah, that is pretty much all that's happened. The main stuff. There are some little things that were announced. We're not gonna, we'd be here till Sunday morning.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Talking about it. But that was the main highlights of Star Wars Celebration and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Loving all the Star Wars right now. Mm-hmm. We're on a Marvel tear, but Star Wars came in and interrupted it, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love every minute. So thank you so much for listening. That brings us to the end of our episode. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our show.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I was going with that.
Subscribe,
follow, like, subscribe.
And give us a follow on Instagram if you haven't already.
Yeah,
Become
please.
Instagram friends.
Market House Podcast, and on Twitter, Market House Pod. Mm-hmm. Couldn't get the Market House Podcast. I think it was too long.
Yeah,
that was the
a
problem. So Market House Pod, and I think Apple Podcast calls it follow now. So follow us on Apple Podcast, subscribe or follow, whatever it's called, over on Spotify and whatever podcast listening thing you use. I think we're on a lot of them.
And please leave a review if you haven't already.
Please, that would be fantastic.
That's how the show gets brought up to new people and how they can get a listen, and again, just how we can advance out to more. Yes. So again, we are going to be going to Disney quite soon, so stay tuned for all the footage and content for that.
I think next episode we're going to talk about kind of our prep work and what it takes to prep for a Disney vacation.
And I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk about everything. I'm just counting down.
Very excited.
So thank you for being here, and thank you for listening. If you're still here, you're a champ.
Yeah.
We love you, and we can't wait for next week.
All right.
Bye.